Hello everyone, my name is Aizuka Yamamoto and today I'm playing World of Warships. Now, I'm currently playing the Flint, or actually this is a replay from a battle that I just played. And I said in my last video on the Atlanta that I'd make a review of the Flint once the Flint is released for goal. Now I am going to do that. This is not going to be an in-depth review of the Flint. Instead, I am going to use this video to talk about the Dockyard event that will have in update 0.9.8, which is going to be released tomorrow on the European server at least. And this Dockyard event is part of the anniversary update. A lot of cool stuff in the anniversary update. But the Dockyard event is, well, particularly cool in my opinion. It features the Tier 8 American premium ship Anchorage, and that's basically where the Flint comes into play. The Anchorage is essentially a Tier 8 version of the Flint, and the Flint is, well, the brother of the Atlanta, sister, whatever you want to name it. It's very similar to the Atlanta, but as we can see in this battle, it's also got a couple of really different features. And one of the most important features of the Flint is that it has a smoke screen. And combine that with very long range torpedoes, or at least, well, 9.2 kilometers, but for tier 7 that is pretty long range. And you've got a pretty different playstyle, or at least playstyle opportunity than what the Atlanta offers. Because you can simply smoke up, shoot your guns at the enemy and throw some torpedoes every now and then. Now you'll notice that I also use hydroacoustic surge and not defensive AA. I'll go over that more when I make an actual review of the Flint. But for now, the smoke screen and the torpedoes are the reason that I picked to play the Flint right now, because the Anchorage featured in the Dockyard event is also going to have both a smoke generator and torpedoes. It's even going to have 10.5 kilometer torpedoes, so Fletcher style torpedoes. Now it is a tier 8 of course, but it's essentially going to have better torpedo armament than the tier 8 American destroyer. So yeah, that sounds pretty powerful right there. The thing with this Dockyard event though is you can get a tier 8 premium really cheap. However, you can't get it for free. You need to unlock 20 stages of the Anchorage to completely get it, and if you don't get 20 stages you don't get the Anchorage. It's that simple. Now you can obtain 18 out of these stages by playing, while the last 2 stages have to be obtained by buying. So you need to spend some doubloons on it. Each stage costs 1750 doubloons, but in this particular case you can actually buy 2 different starter packs. From what I understood, you can either buy a starter pack costing 8000 doubloons for 8 stages, so that's 1000 doubloons per stage, which is a lot cheaper, or 3000 doubloons for 3 stages. It's still relatively the same price, but since you only need 2 extra stages to complete the Anchorage if you do all tasks, you can complete the Anchorage with just 3000 doubloons, and that, if you can complete all missions, that would make it a really cheap tier 8 premium. And from what I can tell, it should be a really fun one on that. Of course, it's going to play a bit different from what the Flint does. The Flint is this high explosive spammer, just like the Atlanta, whereas the Anchorage will have more of a heavy cruiser playstyle. But it does still come with the smokescreen, which is really strong on cruisers, and then phenomenal torpedoes on that. So I expect it to be a very interesting and potent cruiser. Now, what is important is that you can only obtain the starter bundles before you have completed any of the stages. So once you complete one stage, and that would probably take 2 to 5 days, depending on how actively you play. Depending on, yeah, once you complete one stage, you can no longer get this starter bundle. So if you think you can get the Anchorage, and it's up to you whether you think you need to invest 8 extra stages into that, or just the 3, or maybe you can't be bothered with it at all. Maybe you think this ship doesn't seem that interesting, that's all fine. But if you think this Anchorage seems like a cool ship, then please be sure to get that 3000 doubloon starter bundle before you complete any of the missions. If you complete it after you, or if you want to get it after you've already gotten one of the bundles, you'll be in tough luck, because you won't be able to get the bundle anymore. Now, as I said, it's of course personal preference, but from what I can tell, the Anchorage seems very promising. I will put a link in the description about what ship we're talking about. Might even see if I can find a gameplay link featuring the Anchorage. I haven't played it, of course. Once I get my hands on it, I will showcase it. I am definitely going to try to get it, because as you might be able to tell, I absolutely love the Flint. I think it's a very cool ship with a phenomenal playstyle. So yeah, and there's a lot more in tomorrow's update, and I think I will probably release some videos about that soon as well. But once more, if you do plan on getting the Anchorage, please just get the 3000 doubloon bundle in advance, or the 8000, depending on what you want to go for. But it'd be a shame if you complete the 18 stages and then at the very end you discover you have to pay 3500 doubloons to complete the 2 final stages, even though you could have done it with 3 stages up front for just 3000 doubloons. So that's basically what I have for you right now. I hope you all enjoyed, and see you in the next one.